The latest drama involving Blueface, Chriseanrock, and his mother, Chrisean, has sent shockwaves through social media, with tensions reaching new heights after an explosive Instagram live session. The conflict began during a birthday celebration for Blueface, where Chrisean was noticeably left out of the main family festivities. What followed was a series of heated exchanges, threats, and public accusations, leading many to wonder if Chrisean could be sent back to jail due to her actions. Let's break it down, starting with how everything unfolded. It all started when Chrisean, Blueface's mom, went live on Instagram during Blueface's birthday celebration. She showed off the family gathering, but fans quickly noticed that Chrisean was sitting off to the side, away from the main group. This didn't sit well with Chrisean, especially given the already tense relationship between her and Chrisean. The rift between Chrisean and Blueface's family is well documented, with tensions simmering for some time. But this latest incident pushed things to the boiling point. Chrisean, not one to hold her tongue, took to her own Instagram Live to respond. She accused Chrisean of being thirsty for filming her and even threatened to stomp her. But here's where the drama really thickens. Sources close to the situation revealed that Blueface, despite his own tumultuous relationship with Chrisean, was actually backing his mother in this dispute. Apparently, Blueface felt that Chrisean had disrespected his family on his special day, adding even more fuel to the already raging fire. For those who may not be familiar with the backstory, let me fill you in on some of the key details. Chrisean and Chrisean have never seen eye to eye, and the tension between them often stems from Chrisean inserting herself into Chrisean and Blueface's personal lives. Their relationship hit a particularly rocky point when Chrisean showed up at Blueface's house one day, where she had a physical altercation with Chrisean and her daughter. The public nature of the incident, with bystanders filming everything, further humiliated Chrisean and her family. Despite the dramatic past, Chrisean attempted to mend things with Chrisean. She showed support for Chrisean when Blueface took their son without her consent, and publicly criticized Blueface for his actions. However, Chrisean didn't seem to appreciate the gesture. She was far from ready to let go of the past. Fast forward to a few weeks later when Blueface found himself in hot water. He violated his parole and was sent back to jail, an event that surprisingly brought everyone together, at least momentarily. At his court appearance, Chrisean, and Blueface's other baby mama, L0cked, stood united, supporting Blueface in his legal battle. But that unity didn't last long. The tension between Chrisean and Chrisean flared up once again, this time when Chrisean allegedly threatened to report Chrisean to her parole officer after Chrisean threatened her. The real trouble began when the family gathered for Blueface's birthday at his new restaurant, where things quickly spiraled into drama. At the celebration, Blueface's mom went live on Instagram to show fans a glimpse of the birthday festivities. However, fans immediately noticed something strange about the seating arrangements. Chrisean, L0cked, and their family were seated at the main table, while Chrisean and Blueface's father were seated far away, isolated from the rest of the group. This didn't sit well with Chrisean, who felt slighted by the situation. She arrived at the party in an Uber, while L0cked had driven there in a Mercedes G-Wagon with her children. This discrepancy in transportation only added to Chrisean's frustration, and she wasn't shy about expressing it. Chrisean became visibly upset when Chrisean started filming her, especially given their strained relationship. In an instant, Chrisean went live, accusing Chrisean of being thirsty and attention-seeking for filming her. She called out Chrisean for stalking her and making things uncomfortable. According to Chrisean, she had no interest in being filmed and felt it was disrespectful for Chrisean to point a camera at her when they weren't on good terms. It was clear that tensions were rising, and eyewitnesses at the restaurant confirmed the awkwardness in the air. Chrisean's frustration grew as she felt increasingly out of place at the event, but Chrisean, unaware of the storm brewing on Instagram, continued with her live stream, not realizing the chaos unfolding behind the scenes. Later, Chrisean addressed the situation in her own live session, where she made it clear that she wasn't intimidated by Chrisean's threats. She pointed out that Chrisean, being on probation, was risking serious consequences by making violent threats online. Chrisean even warned that she would report Chrisean to her parole officer, which could potentially send Chrisean back to jail. In a fiery response, Chrisean spoke directly to her audience, stating that she had no idea Chrisean was threatening her behind her back. She made it clear that she wouldn't tolerate Chrisean's behavior, especially since Chrisean had made threats against her. Chrise also mentioned that she would be posting pictures of herself and Blueface's child to retaliate against the claims Chrisean made. In a defiant tone, Chrise explained that Chrisean wasn't above the law and needed to be held accountable for her actions. She emphasized that Chrisean couldn't go around threatening people while being on probation, which could have serious repercussions. But Chrisean wasn't backing down. Within hours, she went live again, addressing Chris's threats and making it clear that she wasn't scared. She mocked Chris's attempt to scare her and went on to describe how she wouldn't allow Jaden, Alexis, or Chrisean anywhere near her child. For Chrisean, it was a chance to assert herself and regain control of the narrative, especially since she had been silent for a while. In her live session, Chrisean downplayed the drama, making light of the situation by calling it a joke and mocking the other women. She also took shots at Chrisean and Jaden, saying that they should have been the last people she'd let near her baby. As the situation continued to unfold, rumors started circulating that Blueface had encouraged his mother to report Chrisean to her parole officer in a bid to get her locked up. According to sources, Blueface was angry at Chrisean for causing drama on his birthday, especially when he was already in jail. The fact that she couldn't put aside her differences with his mom and his other baby mama for just one day seemed to have pushed Blueface over the edge. The source claimed that Blueface felt Chrisean was intentionally trying to create chaos during a moment that should have been about him, and he was furious that she chose to stir the pot instead of just letting things go. The question on everyone's mind now is whether Blueface's mom will actually go through with her threats to report Chrisean to her parole officer. If she does, Chrisean could find herself back behind bars, which would only add another layer of complexity to her already turbulent relationship with Blueface and his family. Some believe that Chris's threats are just empty words, a way to get back at Chrisean for disrespecting her on a public platform. Others think that Chrisean is serious and might take legal action, especially given the ongoing drama and Blueface's apparent support for his mother. Many fans have weighed in on the situation, with some blaming Chrisean for letting her emotions get the best of her. Some feel she could have avoided the drama by simply sitting with the family and celebrating Blueface's birthday peacefully. Others argue that Chrisean was justified in feeling slighted by the seating arrangement and the way Chrisean treated her at the event. Still, others suggest that Chrisean may have just wanted to stay in the headlines, given her recent lack of media coverage since Blueface's arrest. Fans have flooded social media with comments, many criticizing Chrisean for her actions. Some say that every year, Chrisean manages to make Blueface's birthday about her, drawing attention to herself rather than allowing him to have a peaceful celebration. Others point out that Chrisean actually tried to be nice to Chrisean, but Chrisean's jealousy and insecurity led her to lash out instead of letting bygones be bygones. A few fans even took jabs at Chrisean, accusing her of being a bad mother and failing to take responsibility for her actions. At the heart of this drama is a complicated web of family dynamics, jealousy, and pride. Chrisean and Chris's feud is just one of the many messy situations surrounding Blueface and his relationships. The real question is whether this conflict will finally lead to Chrisean facing serious legal consequences, or if it will just blow over like so many other social media battles. For now, the drama seems far from over. With Blueface's release on the horizon, it remains to be seen whether Chrisean will stay out of trouble, or if the drama will continue to escalate. Will she find a way to reconcile with Blueface's family, or will this be the final chapter in their ongoing feud? Only time will tell. But one thing is for sure, the drama surrounding Chrisean, Blueface, and his family is far from finished.